What's going on, everybody? My name is T. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be going over the finisher build, the Malevolence build for Mara, and hopefully I can simplify it for you and give you some basic tips on how to pick it up fast. Because at first it seems like a lot. There's a lot of buffs to track, all this. I promise it's not that hard. I promise it's not as hard as people make it seem. Just follow a few couple things and it's a breeze. So let's get into it. Okay, so briefly here, I just want to go over a couple talents. There's 4 big talents here. Assassin's Guile, Feed the Queen, Deadly Scheme, and Malevolence. Assassin's Guile makes it so after stealth, both your finishers get 40% more damage. Feed the Queen makes it so when you're skittering blades, it stacks up to 6 times. So 6 enemies hit, it makes your Queen's Fane do 60% more damage. Deadly Scheme is a stacking buff here, and it makes it so your next finisher has a 100% crit chance. And Malevolence makes it so every time you use a finisher, it buffs your next finisher by 100%. So you use a Queen's Fane, it buffs your daily finisher by 100%. You use your AoE finisher, it buffs your Queen's Fane by 100%, and so on. So I just want to go step by step of what I would do going into a pack. Okay, I'm going to try not to yap too much, but very simply, I'm going into a pack, right? I'm in stealth. Tank pulled a bunch of mobs. Here's the big priority mob. What I'm going to do to that mob is I'm going to walk up to it, I'm going to press Widow's Fight. This applies Seething Poison, which gives you energy, and it does damage. After that, I'm going to throw up 1 Hemo Strike. You don't need to worry about throwing up too many of those, okay? Just put one on the big mob, put one on the boss, that's it. Don't worry about going around and tap targeting, and no. It's just a waste of time. After that, I'm going to re-go into stealth. I'm going to apply Skittering Blades dot, which is Volatile Poison, which this does. It gives you energy, it does damage, and after the dot is over, it explodes for big damage, big energy. It makes a sound cue, and it's very nice. Quickly here, the sound cue I'm talking about, you're going to see this dot. When this dot expires, this red dot here makes a... And that sound cue tells me to reapply to immediately. So go into stealth, press my Skittering Blades. Explodes again, big dam, big energy. It's just an amazing ability. It's very good for big packs. There it is again. So I go to stealth, Seething Poison, Hemo Strike, stealth, Skittering Blades, first finisher. I normally do my AoE finisher first. After that, I'm gonna rebuild my combo points. It's my single target finisher. Rinse and repeat. That's all this is. Gonna re-go on a stealth, pick that dot back up. My AoE finisher, single target finisher. That's all this build is. If you get into that rhythm, you will do damage. Okay, now that we've gone over, alternating your finishers, keeping Seething Poison up on the boss, on the big priority mob, keeping up your Skittering Blades poison in AoE, I want to talk a little bit more of the Midmax really quickly here. You're trying to get a few buffs to align. When these buffs align, you do major damage. I'm talking after stealth, when you get your 2 finishers 40% buffed, and then you have a 20 stack of Deadly Scheme, which is 100% crit chance, and you have a buffed finisher. So here's my Queen's Fang, which is buffed, and when those 3 align, it's absurd damage. Also, with Feed the Queen, if there's a big priority mob in a pack or a caster that just needs to die quick, every time you're Skittering Blades, it does 10% more damage per stack, up to 6. So that's 60% damage on your Queen's Fang. So that's 60% plus that 40%, plus 100% crit chance, plus the 100% damage, and it's just absurd. Whatever mob that is just gone. It is deleted from the game, and it is so much fun because Mara brings a great niche that it's just enjoyable, Seeing a caster that needs to die, just go, and seeing the big mobs slowly melt, or not slowly, but when you align these buffs, it is just absurd damage, and I'll have an example coming up. So, just a quick example in game of tracking your buffs and playing around your Deadly Scheme. This mob dies, going into the boss. I have my Deadly Scheme rolling. I have both my finishers buffed. I'm going to apply my Seething Poison with my Widow's Bite. Pop all my CDs, get the ball rolling, and spend this deadly scheme. Buffed finisher. Single target AoE. Single target AoE. Things just line up. That's the beauty of this class. See how fast these stacks build. I just used a deadly scheme and I already got another one right here. I used it on this Queen's Fang. Boom. I used a Skittering Blades there because the boss was moving. It also built one stack of Feed the Queen, which is 10% damage on my next Queen's Fang, but that's not worth in single target, at least I don't think, unless there's a bunch of small mobs to buff it to 60%. So, my deadly scheme coming up. Boom, spend my Queen's Fang. So right there, I spent a 3-point Hemo Strike because I saw I didn't have Stealth. I don't have a Deadly Scheme, but I do have both my finishers buffed. I do have my Stealth buff here, but it's only for 2 seconds, so it doesn't matter. So I just spend it quick. I'm trying to build extra stacks of Deadly Scheme. Deadly Scheme's building. Send one buff finisher here. Now I have my Deadly Scheme. I have my Queen's Fang buffed, but I don't have my Stealth buff. It's coming up in a couple seconds, so this is when I looked down and I was trying to track it. Waiting, build up some combo points, wait a couple seconds for that stealth, get that extra 40%, boom. And just keep it rolling. Finisher after finisher. Keep up ceiling poison. It is. Alright, now I want to get into stats in your on-use weapon. Just assuming you have your on-use. Very quickly, stats though. Crit expertise, very good. Spirit's not bad for the finisher build. It's not bad to have some spirit, you know. Haste, lowest spiral stat. Your weapon. Faithful Dagger, big power spike. It gives you this ability called Fated Strike. And what it does is it's like a charge. It charges to the target, it does damage, and it gives you a 20% expertise and CDR, cooldown reduction. 200% cooldown reduction. So I use my stealth, my Widow's Bite, my Made It to Death. Say there's a mechanic, I use my Shadow Protection, I just stun a mob. Now, I use my Fated Strike ability. I'm starting to get all these back faster. I don't think it works for kick. It could. I could be wrong. But that is very good, obviously. And, okay, so I just want to go over your weapon traits tree. The only one that really matters is the Visions of Grandeur. It makes it so when you use your weapon ability, and then you use your spirit ability after, you get your weapon ability back. And that is very good because that's another 20% expertise, and that is more CDR, of course. Just awesome. So, like, use your abilities. Right. And then you use CDR. So, again, more CDR. It's just fantastic. It doesn't work for a kick. But it's very good for the finisher build because 20% expertise on a buffed finisher does big damn, obviously. And you're always going to be spamming your stealth and for that extra damage buff from stealth. So to get some back quicker is very great. For the talent trees, you have the Defender's trait, you have the Heroic trait, and the Legend trait, right? The Heroic trait, some are better than others, of course. Same with Defensive. Say you don't roll what you want. You could come here, throw your weapon in, and use these Godstones to change the traits. The Legend Godstone changes the top trait. The Hero one changes the Heroic traits, and the green one changes the Defender traits. It's very good bad luck protection. If you don't know where to buy those at, you buy them over here with your Marks of Fellowship. You can also loot them at the end of dungeons, which is very good. Yeah, say you don't have your Faithful Dagger, which I was confused about at first. I couldn't get one to drop. They know what to do about it. You loot any other weapon, you drop it in, and you can use these mithrils. What these mithrils do. This one will change it to a different slot type. You don't want to use the green one. Um, Same as blue, but the purple one changes it to the same slot type. So you will always get a Faithful Dagger from that. So, boom, you use it, you get your Faithful Dagger. Another good bad luck protection. That is all. I really hope you guys learned something. I hope I made this simple enough. Mara's a fantastic character. Finisher build has been tons of fun, just pumping big dam. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm gonna throw my fellowship name below, my friend code. I'm also gonna throw my Discord below. Feel free to reach out. Always down to chat it up, and yeah. Thank you if you're still here. Have a good night, have a good day, and peace out, everybody.